Namaste, namaste everybody. I'm gonna make it as objective and not subjective as I can because I made one previously 10 minutes ago, but I went off tangent a lot. This is a reaction video. This is a Shiva Kurta, Shiva Lingam, Shiva Trident, Om symbol. I really like Shiva a lot. I'm not a Hindu, I'm not anything, I'm not a Catholic, whatever. I'm not a Christian, whatnot. I'm just a traveler of time and space and getting what I need and leaving behind what I don't in terms of my spiritual sadhana I practice. So anyhow, this is a reaction video to what Ben and Bald and Bankrupt and Backpacker Ben have shown us recently about Bharat, about India. I have been to India twice and I've spent 8 months of my life there on those two journeys. I was planning to live in India for 6 months every year because the visa regulations things changed back in 2023, but I decided not to. It was not for me, but that's whatever. But I'm just gonna say this, the two Bens there, Bald and Bankrupt and Backpacker Ben, they showed only the most chaotic areas in terms of noise pollution, trash pollution, in terms of garbage, the touts, the scammers, and the ugly looking buildings or whatever, in terms of being in Delhi, old Delhi, Paharganj. Come on, please, Paharganj. Delhi is much more than just Paharganj. You got Delhi and New Delhi, and I was there, and I went to old Delhi, and I know old Delhi. For me, it's cool because it's something pretty different from the U.S. or from Canada, from what I have been accustomed to. But I've been living here in Colombia, South America, for a total of 26 years, and then you see some areas not as shiesty as Paharganj, but close enough sometimes in Bogota or here in Medellin, and some pretty much, but no, not as much, but they get close enough sometimes, some areas. So they're doing a lot of injustice just by showing that to the world. They didn't go to the New French Colony Market area, or they didn't go to Khan Market, which are very nice areas to walk around in, nice shops, kept very clean in general, good street food, good restaurants, better looking buildings, and whatnot. And even House Village, I was there. Gabriel Traveler did a reaction video to this just a few days ago. Right now, September 28th on a Saturday, but this is coming out tomorrow, Sunday, and I'm going to keep this short. So, I mean, I've been there, and they showed the worst kind of train travel you can do in terms of the car, because they have different cars, different prices, but they chose the cheapest ones, and they probably like to travel like that, or maybe they did it on purpose. I don't know what their intentions were, because I've traveled on Indian Railways trains before many times on my two journeys to India, to Bharat, and I paid for a second class AC car. I had my own bunk like they did, but in AC, and fewer people because it's more expensive. You pay like $16-17 for that. And if you want first class instead of second class AC, first class AC means air conditioning, because they had like that second class but not AC, just second class sleeper car, not the second class AC sleeper car. There's a difference. And those other ones maybe cost just like $5, like they say, 5 quid or 6 quid, not 15 quid, 15 pounds. And if you want first class, you're going to be paying more. And if you want to travel in like luxury trains, they have them in India, like the new one, Vande Bharat Express. Bharat meaning that's the original name of the whole territory, and what is is less now. And I paid for like a cheap train. I was on a very tight budget last year, traveling from from Udaipur to Pushkar, and I remember I paid like the equivalent of $4 for a train for general class seating, and it was hell. It was hell after a while, but I knew what to expect more or less. I wasn't paying 15 or 20 bucks. I wanted to save money, but I don't talk bad about it. I just tell people, hey, just be aware that that's what you're going to get for a cheap ass ticket. But they did a lot of injustice to the country. Yeah, they showed a lot of reality. That's reality. It's not fake. But they didn't show the good places. I mean, in Delhi or in Calcutta. I've never been to Calcutta. I've been to Varanasi, but only old Varanasi. I was there for 4 days back in 2019 during the month of February. But it was much calmer then more chaotic now. It was still noisy and whatever, but you know, and there people are very nice in general. But if you go to the touristy hotspots in Bharat or in India, you're gonna be overwhelmed by the noise, by the amount of people, by the scammers, by the touts, by the aggressive drivers and motorcycle riders in those areas like Old Delhi or like in Amritsar. If you're around the holy city, in certain areas they're like crazy, or right outside the holy city area of Amritsar, inside of Amritsar, the city, or in Jaipur. Wow, that's crazy too. If you're around Pink City, part of Jaipur. So, but then if you're in the more calmer, like I went to a very posh area of Jaipur that most YouTubers don't show. They don't show because they don't go to that part where they got that new mall, that new shopping center, and they're putting up these expensive high-rise apartment buildings. And that area was much nicer, very nice shops, more organized, more spacious. Not like Pink City where it's all like crowded and cramped and noisy and people begging for money and people maybe trying to pickpocket you, like in Old Delhi, pickpockets even on the trains, the metro system. So these guys, and Ben, Bald and Bankrupt, the guy lived there for many years, and then whatever, and he speaks good Hindi, and he visited good places in Delhi and wherever he lived and whatever. But I guess that's what they do because they like it. But you have to be prepared for India, Bharat, because it could be overwhelming. If you're just going to go to the Taj Mahal in Agra, and you're going to go just to Old Delhi, and you're just going to go to Old Varanasi and not the new part of Varanasi, and you're going to go just to the holy city of Amritsar with all the crowded stuff and some people trying to ask you for money, and the lady men there, or the lady boys, or whatever you want to call it, the men dressed as women in their saris and whatever, and with the makeup and with the fingernails pressed on or grown and painted, and they come up to you and they tap you on the shoulder, give me money, and whatever. And you just go to those places, then of course you're just going to be seeing that part of India, that part of Bharat, and you're going to be thrown off. Just like if you go to New York City and you go to only to like the bad part of the city and not go to the nice parts of New York City or downtown Los Angeles, if you only go to the Skid Row part and you see all that craziness and all the drug use and homeless people and mental cases, and you don't go to the good parts of Los Angeles, like good parts, like I don't remember, but I've been there a couple of times. So you're only going to take away a bad impression. So Bharat, India, like any other country, is good, it's bad, it's ugly, and it's beautiful. And it's up to you to decide, to do the research. Whenever you go, it could be Paris, France, it could be Medellin, Colombia. And if you only go to the poor neighborhoods and overcrowded places like downtown Hueco in Medellin, you're going to be just like, what the hell? This place sucks. What an inferno. It's up to you. I had good times, very nice people. And I only got scammed a few times. And I remember in Varanasi, the scammers are abundant. In Old Delhi too, and the touts. You just gotta be careful, and when they see you, they jack up the price. Some restaurants, there's scammers in Colombia. If you go to Cartagena in Colombia, on the Caribbean coast, there are scammers there. They'll try to sell you a tour package, and they see you as a foreigner, and the local price would be, let's say, $10 for the tour package, as an example, and they look at you and they charge you 3 times or 4 times that price. There's scammers here too. You just got to know how to traverse through all this stuff. And India, Bharat has a lot of poverty. So you're going to have a lot of people begging for money, and children begging for money, and ladies